All right. Last module on the journaling methods. Now, there's going to be two more methods that aren't as important, in my opinion, or as crucial. I don't really care about them, even though they do have some weight. But those are going to be in the bonuses. The bonuses are going to be much quicker. I'd say most of those videos would be less than 10 minutes. Here's the last one. Ask yourself a question. We as people are very good at finding problems and not as good as coming up with the solutions, especially when it comes to being in our heads, right? We all overthink, we all have anxiety, right? And that's because we're finding all these problems, but we're not actually thinking about solutions. So, if you want to get one step closer to the solution, it doesn't have to be the whole thing, right? You write down a question. What do I want to wear today? I don't know. This is a trash question. Let's do what kind of YouTube videos can I make? Whatever. It doesn't matter what the question is. But you start pondering on that question. You just sit with it. You be present with it. You don't go do something else. You ask yourself this question until the ideas start to come. When we show up, that's when the muse arrives. I don't remember who I heard that from. It might have been Sam Evans, entrepreneur, CEO of school, where you are right now. You know about Sam Evans? You should go learn about him. He's awesome. But we've all heard of the muse, right? The creativity, the inspiration. Thing is, people think that, oh yeah, I need the muse before I can do the work, before I can be creative. It's not usually how it works. Typically, you need to show up first. You need to sit down and say, all right, I'm going to write. Just sit down and say, all right, I'm going to paint. I'm going to draw. And then the muse comes. Then the creativity comes. Then the inspiration comes. When you show up, when you implant the thought of I'm going to do this, or you ask yourself a question, then the muse has a foundation to come stand on and be like, okay, I see what we're doing here. Now let's build. Showing up is the first step to finding solutions. Ask yourself a question and then just stay there and just be present. The ideas will come, I guarantee you. And even if you can't figure out the whole equation, even if you can't go from 0 to 100, you can probably go from 0 to 10, right? And 10%, 10% is more than enough to take one step. How do I make it on YouTube? That's your question. Make videos. Analyze my videos and see the mistakes that I make so I can work on them in the next videos. I guarantee you, if you just did those two things and you posted consistently, could be once a week, could be twice, 3 times a week, could be twice a month, doesn't matter. As long as you have a consistent schedule and you learn from your videos, you will do good on YouTube. How long it'll take, I don't know. But if you're a young man who's willing to work hard, who understands that we have to expand the timeline, who understands that everything is exponential, we're going to put in 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. Eventually, we're going to get 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024. Eventually, we're going to take off. But it all starts with that 1%. It all starts with that small step. And then when we see the light, that's when we start running, right? It all starts with that 10%, that one step. And you can get to that one step when you sit down and you ask yourself a question. Ask yourself a question, ponder on that question, discover your next step, take that next step. Ask, ponder, discover, act. Action. These are the 4 steps. This type of journaling, asking yourself questions, is key to discovering more about yourself. When you ask yourself deep questions, you can discover these things through consciousness journaling, right? Over time. But if you have something specific you want to target, ask. Why do I want to be a YouTuber? Why do I have this goal of having 10,000, 100,000, a million subscribers? Why? Oh, yeah, I want status. Oh, yeah, I want influence. Okay. Why else? Oh, I want to make money. Oh, I want to impact people. Okay. What else? Oh, I kind of want validation from other people because my parents didn't love me consistently enough. And so I'm trying to fill the hole in my heart with validation from other people. Being a YouTuber won't give you that. It won't fill your hole. Only you can do that. Being a YouTuber is awesome. But I'm not here to fill the hole in my heart. I already did that a couple months ago. Now I'm here to help other people fill that. Now I'm here to help people, to serve people. Not because I'm expecting anything in return. Because I just want to give my gift. Do I want to make money? Of course. But the reason I want to make money is for freedom. My freedom, my family's freedom, and the world's freedom. Educate, inspire, invest. I want to invest in other people's dreams. I want to rebuild the education system. That takes money. That's why I want money. It's my primal desire for freedom. We have many types of desires. Well, not really. There's inauthentic desires that come from your ego, that are based in insecurity and fear. We have authentic desires that are based in your core, giving out of love, out of purpose, out of passion, just wanting to give your gift with no expectation. And there are primal desires, somewhat overlap in between inauthentic and authentic desires. There's also surface level desires. The reasons we tell ourselves, even though that's not the complete reason. The surface level desire is I'm building muscle so I can get bigger, so I can be more attractive. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Why do you want to get bigger and be more attractive? So I can attract a quality woman. You know what that is? Love. Sex. Status. Freedom. Resources. These are the primal desires. Most people are driven by love, sex, and status. Those are the primal desires that drive most people. Freedom as well, and resources as well. Resources are tied with all of these, though. The more resources you have, the more free you are, the more status you have, and the more options you have for sex and for love. The more free you are, the more status you can have, the more love and sex you can have, because you can do whatever you want, which is attractive. The more status you have, the more ability for love and sex you have. You see how all of them come back to these two? These two drive us. There's a concept called, what's it called? Actually, hold on, let me look at it real quick. Oh, you know what? Isn't it this? Yeah. Yes. Okay. There's a concept called sexual transmutation. And it's basically a theory. It's not even a theory, it's honestly just true. That specifically men, but basically all people, are driven mainly by love and by sex. It's the primal desires, right? Basically, everything we do is because of that. It's either by wanting to give our gift, right, which is love, or wanting love from other people. Why do you build the muscle? So you can be attractive. So girls want you. Love and sex. Why do you get the money? So you can have status. So you can look good. So you can have freedom. So girls will want you. So girls want your lifestyle. So they're attracted to your lifestyle. A large part of the reason we do anything is to attract other people, mainly women, if you're a man, right? If you're a straight man, rather. It's to get that love and that sex, that status, that validation from women, that respect from other men that we're craving. And that's okay to crave. That's okay to want. There's a reason that they're called primal desires, because they've been with us forever. Because they helped us survive, they helped us grow, they helped us stay united, and they've helped us along the way. And they still drive us to this very day. Most people are driven by their primal desires and their core desire to give their truest gift. Understanding that, understanding why you do these certain things in your life, is very powerful. That awareness is everything, right? And when you ask yourself questions, you can get past the surface level desires. You can get to the primal desires. You can get past the inauthentic desires. You can get to your core desire. Once you get to that core desire, once you get to the primal desires, you have truth, the real reason why you want something. And that is powerful. Because like I said before, awareness is the first step. So, I want you to action step. I want you to ask yourself a question and tell us what you came up with. One step is more than good enough. That's all you need. Ask yourself a question. How do I go get girls? How do I get better at getting girls? I be more charismatic. How do I do that? I smile more. I'm more warm when I approach them. I talk to them like human beings instead of like dolls or things or objects. Right? You can come up with one step. I guarantee it. And if you can't get to that complete one step, ask your brothers for advice. Ask your fellow dub chasers for advice. Ask me for advice. That's what we're here for. So go do that right now, and then go watch the bonuses.